Hello there, everyone. How you all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Rab Reacts, and I'm really excited to get into this one actually because it brings back a lot of very happy memories for me. I'm going to be reacting to a bit of a clip from the Kelly Show. Now, the Kelly Show was a very local show here to Northern Ireland, and it was a bit of a chat show basically, and everybody would have traditionally gathered around the telly to watch this as it happened. This was, I think, late 80s, early 90s, possibly. I don't know. You guys can maybe help me out with this one, but I'm trying to get the dates right in my mind, but I can't do it. But I'm sure you'll be able to help me. So, before I get into the video itself, good and proper, I have to remind you, we are the Big Rab Show, and we cover everything in the bagpiping world, so please do send us in your own particular bagpiping clips for me to react to in a future episode here of Rab Reacts. Email address is below, bigrabshow@gmail.com, and as I say, we'll try and cover every possible aspect of the bagpiping world. Now, this one is quite a well-known clip, actually, and I have to say was kind of instrumental in, well, getting myself involved in bagpiping and drumming in particularly. I was kind of learning and stuff, and I didn't see it as too exciting at the time. I was learning 6/8s and 4/4s and like basic road scores and stuff, and I wasn't really into it at that time. I was just kind of doing it because I had to. You know, if I wanted to be in the band, I had to learn my scores, and that was it. And then this happened on the TV, and I thought, whoa, drumming can be fun. And this performance at the very beginning of this video clip here from Andy Scullion absolutely blew my socks off. And I thought, I want to do that. Now, one of the things that Andy Scullion was absolutely famous for was his technique. He had impeccable technique, but also the work that he would put in behind the scenes to have that technique. He would literally practice for hours and hours for weeks on end. And managed to win the World Solos quite a number of times. And I think this is actually filmed not long after he actually won the World Solos. I think it was back in the late 80s. So, but again, you guys can correct me. You can drop it in the comments what year this was recorded. But I do remember this happening on the TV and me thinking, yeah, drumming can be cool. So let's get to watch it. First of all, we're getting into Andy Scullion here. I'm not sure who his pipers are. I don't recognize them, unfortunately, so that's on me. Sorry, guys. But definitely, I do know Andy. In the back there, in the yellow, that's Jerry Kelly. That's the host of the show. Let's press play on this, and we'll see Andy doing his thing. Like those old 10 Dura heads, that even brings back a lot of memories. You know, they don't make those drum heads anymore, but yeah, I started playing on a 10 Dura head and on a Premier drum just like that. Now, one thing I'm noticing, see Andy's technique is that his hands are really low hands, but he's getting absolute clarity. Like he's not clipping the rim here at all. Brilliant technique. Listen, wow. The open work is just fantastic. Smooth as butter. So good. Those drags really nice and light there. skipping over them, not getting too laboured. Again with the open work. Wow. I have no words. What do you say? Clearly, Jerry's going to come over and talk to Andy here now. But again, drummers out there can appreciate what we just seen there. That the smoothness in his rolls, not one of them was clipped. Every one of those movements for the open work was just, whew. That was something special right there. And he was an incredibly specially talented guy, for sure. So let's hear what he's going to have to say here to Jerry.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that. Where did you win this Champion of Champions?
In Glasgow in Govan High School on February 13th.
And how many were up against you?
92.
92? Is this the first time you won it?
No.
Oh, you won this before?
Yes, the first time was 1987.
1987?
Yes.
He said 1997.
1987.
Oh, well. It was just me, didn't hear you. This is your second time?
Yes.
What's the secret of a good, what do you need? Good flexible wrists?
Good flexible wrists and arms and a lot of hard work.
And a lot of hard work. And by God, you put that into it. How many hours a day do you have practice?
Coming up to a competition of about maybe 10.
Yeah, and honestly, that was one of the things that Andy was famous for. He would have booked 2 or 3 weeks off of work ahead of a big championship, and he would have practiced morning, noon, and night. Never stopped. I think famously there was a story where someone went to visit Andy during one of his practice weeks, and he was on the toilet. He was on the toilet with a practice pad and a pair of sticks. No word of a lie. So yeah, his work ethic was absolutely, famously told throughout the piping world. And as you can see, his technique definitely shows that. He's definitely put the work in. They're fantastic. So yeah, he's mentioned there, I think when he's talking about the champions, I think he's talking about the World Championships and talking about the World Solos. And he did win it a number of times, and I think this was after his latest victory at that time. Yeah, just brilliant. Really, really loved that. And so that Premier drum there and the Tendura head, bringing back a lot of memories. I think he's actually using some Alec Duthert sticks there as well. That could be stuff that I got wrong. I'm not sure what band he was playing with at this time. Again, you could probably drop that in the comments as well. Yeah, I remember this fondly happening on TV. But it's about to get more interesting. Because we're about to introduce the Shots drum corps with, of course, the legendary Jim Kilpatrick. Where do you see this?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, you deserve it. Right, stay on. That's Andrew. Now, as Andrew said, he won the world title in Glasgow in February, beating the Scots at their own game. But the Scots, they have world champions as well. Watch this.
Oh, I remember this so well. With the silver drums, chrome-plated drums. Everybody wanted these drums. Move out of the way, cameraman. Yep. I remember watching this as a small kid, going, "Why is he hitting with the back of his stick? Wow, that's new." I remember going, "Wow, this is something else." I suppose nowadays when you see drum salutes and stuff, it's kind of par for the course. But back then, whew. Just making it look easy. Again with the Tendura head, yep. I think most bands played the Tendura drum heads at that time. Even those Premier harnesses were really sought after as well at the time. That was before Jim brought his own out, of course. Crystal clear. And now we get to find out why all those sticks are in his kilt. You'll see in a minute or two. But I remember after this happening, everybody in the band hall that week was all throwing sticks all over the place. Trying to master what these guys make look easy. I have to say, see the juggling of the sticks thing. There's so many things can go wrong. You can either throw it too high or too low, or just not get the right rotation on your left hand and just not catch it correctly and be able to bring it across to bring it. There's so many things can go wrong with the stick juggling, and even the best in the world can absolutely just like over rotate or do something easy. I don't know. That's very difficult to pull off that. So it is. So why has Jim got all those extra sticks in his kilt? We're about to find out. Whoa, the over the top one. Whoop! Hey, again, making it look easy. Jerry's having a bit of crack with Andy in the back. There we go. Whoop! Flip her out. A bit of stick juggling there. This is not easy. The boy in the end just has to throw them. He doesn't know when to throw till. Yes! Oh man, I remember this so fondly, honestly. I know I'm really showing my age now, but what we just seen there, was responsible for a lot of Northern Irish drummers in particular really drawing inspiration and going, I want to do that. That was so cool. And Shot's drum corps at that time were really ahead of their time doing stuff like this. You know, Jim drew a lot of influences from around the DCI world, the jazz music and rock music scene as well. A lot of rhythms and stuff he used in that Shot's corps. Yeah, very, very enjoyable. So, folks, go and check out the full video, of course. Andy Scullion, Shot's drum corps on the Jerry Kelly Show. Very, very enjoyable stuff. And hope you've enjoyed it. I really loved going down memory lane with that one. Yeah, although tons of questions. I'm not completely an expert. I can't specifically remember what year that was. So if you do know the year, please do drop it below. Or even if you are aware of what band Andy was competing with at that time. And yeah, let us know who those pipers were as well. So yeah, just impeccable drumming technique by Andy. And Shot's drum corps at that time, playing that salute, top class. I think it wasn't long after that, actually, that they were on the Generation game with Bruce Forsyth, and I think I remember watching that as well, seeing Shots on there and having like regular people from the audience try to do the stick juggling. Of course, it turned out to be a disaster, but it was great fun, you know? The drummers on the drum corps really played a blinder. People in the audience, maybe not so much, but a lot of fun. And this actually showed that piping and drumming at that time could be a lot of fun. Whereas back then, it was very traditional in its approach and might not have been as fun for pipers and drummers. Definitely go and check that out. And send us in your own particular clips, bigrabshow@gmail.com. We'd love to see them. All right. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you all in the next one. All the best.